Hello, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a different one today. It's basically an introduction to Amazon for myself and for you guys. So I'm joined today by Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam, and I sell stuff on the internet.
He sells stuff. That is his line. He's an Amazon seller. And today we're going to be picking his brain about selling on Amazon and just learning a little bit. Peeking through the door of Amazon and just seeing what it takes to get started and what it takes to make a proper living out of it, a full-time wage. And hopefully you'll be able to leave this video feeling a little bit more confident about maybe starting it up or just, learning a little bit more about it. So I'm going to kick things off. I'm just going to ask Sam for a bit of background on himself. Basically introduce yourself. If you've never met him before, he is on YouTube at Sam Sells Stuff. And talk to me.
Talk to me, yeah. So as John mentioned, I'm on YouTube, back on the grind. I've been reselling for 4 years, basically since the beginning of lockdown. Got made redundant, decided I don't want to work for anyone anymore. Let's go start on my own. So started with eBay and then gradually moved into Amazon. And as time has gone on, Amazon has absolutely eclipsed eBay, where Amazon is my full-time income and eBay is more of a fun side hustle. And I like to record that journey as I go along for both eBay and Amazon.
Cool. Too many cools there, but talk to me the differences between eBay and Amazon. If just from your brief kind of time with eBay and Amazon.
Yeah, of course. They are very similar and wildly different at the same time business models. It's really interesting. The premise is you're buying something cheap and selling it high on both business models. The key difference between the profit that you're going to make on each item is quite massive in terms of return on investment. If you're going to a car boot and paying £5 for something, you might make 50 quid on it, and that'll be a nice return. A nice return on an Amazon purchase is probably making 50 to 100% return on investment. So if I'm paying £10, making £5 or £10 profit on that item. As a general rule of thumb, I don't buy anything really that's less than 30% return on investment. Now, because of that, you want to be buying in scale, and Amazon allows you to do that because you're predominantly just selling brand new products as opposed to used products. And those items can be acquired in lots of different ways. But because you can buy in bulk, the return on investment doesn't matter as much because you can buy 100 of that one item that might make you £5 or £10 as opposed to that one-off item that you're going to find at the car boot.
Yeah, even if you like you say, your minimum is a 30% profit margin. Even if you got, 10 of those, so 100 of those, 500 of those, it adds up, doesn't it?
Absolutely adds up.
And at the end of the day, you're not counting on that one product. You're going to have like various products in your arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So, no, it sounds cool. Like I've mentioned, I've started off, slowly, just, giving it a play, and I've enjoyed it. So. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it more today.
Yeah, you've made some good money from it so far as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, it can only go up, man. Go that way, this way.
Yeah, one way or the other. We like the numbers going up for sure.
Yeah,
and that I think is the other thing in terms of differences is scalability. With eBay, right, the thing that you run into is the source in stock, and then it's the size of your operation. John's just moved into a new warehouse and scaled that way. You don't really have those kind of roadblocks of Amazon because you physically buy the products, put it all in a box, and then ship it all off to Amazon. They handle all the distribution for you. So you don't need to manually post every single item unless you're shipping fulfilled by merchant, but you'll only do that on much bigger items like lawn mowers or air fryers or something along those lines, something that's big in size and big in weight you would send yourself. But the vast majority of your products you send to Amazon and they handle everything, which means it reduces your time of packing and posting and increases the amount of time that you can spend finding profitable products.
And you don't have to store a load of stuff in a shed or, stuff in your kitchen or your living room. You know how it is as a reseller. You see all people's photos of like the living room, like totally overtaken. You could order 100 shavers to go to Amazon, but as soon as they land in your front room, you put them in a box and then out they go again. So you don't have to have that constant clutter around you, which is a positive. With eBay, you're always going to have that stock unless you're selling like very small diamond rings or something. You're always going to feel, unless you have a nice space for it, which is great. If it's in your house, it does overtake it a little bit.
And don't get me wrong, my garage is still a tip with all of my eBay inventory.
Yeah.
It's not removed it completely. It just means I've not got two lots of inventory in the same
Yeah.
space, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's nice that you've got eBay to complement your Amazon as well, and like, you know, I mean, have your videos around the challenge as well. If you don't know, Sam has got a channel. It'll be linked down below, and he has got a real cool challenge. Is it £1? Did you start at £1?
Oh, it would have been amazing if I did. I started with £10, but I'm going all
Is
the
it
way to
£10?
100k.
£10 to 100 grand. See,
That's the goal.
you should have done £1 or 1p.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? You should have been free. Should have been free.
Should have been next
you
time.
missed the trick there. Someone else is going to make the free one now.
I reckon you should,
Like,
John.
his
Free to a mil.
Yeah, his name might be John Luke. That's all I'm saying.
Excellent.
No, but yeah, check it out if you haven't already. He is incorporating his eBay stuff as well as his Amazon stuff, so you get the best of both worlds, really, and you get to see what works in one side and one, you know, what doesn't in the other. So, yeah, awesome stuff. So, next thing I did want to mention is there is obviously a few ways of selling on Amazon. So, if you just want to briefly talk about those.
Yeah, definitely. There's quite a few methods of being able to profit from Amazon. The first one is via private label. So that's where you make your own product, attach your own branding, do all of your own marketing towards that product, and then import it typically from somewhere like China and send it into Amazon yourself, and you have the sole rights to that product.
So I could be like John Luke shower gel, John Luke conditioner, shampoo. You're giving me ideas.
Exactly. So yeah, you put your face on the bottle, your market, your brand, you control the entire rights to it.
Yeah.
The next one is wholesale. So that's where you're buying directly from big brands in large quantities to benefit from economies of scale, and then sending all of that into Amazon to sell known branded products that have already got the marketing behind them, but you're selling them at a much smaller margin, but in massive quantity.
Mm-hmm. So you might order like 1,000, 2,000 of one product. You're getting £1.50 per item. You know, after they sell, you're still making some real good money, but it's, you know, big scale.
Exactly. And then the areas that I specialize in personally, and it's how I make a full-time income and have done £250,000 in sales in the last 18 months, is online and retail arbitrage. So that is buying either reduced to clear or sale items in as many quantity as possible from both websites and physically going into stores and buying those products.
Sounds good. £250,000 in the last 18 months. You can't turn your back at that.
Yeah, that's not bad going.
Yeah, and like considering, you know, you just start from zero just like everybody else. You know what I mean? It is possible. You just got to put your time into it, just like eBay, just like anything you want a career in, whatever. You put the damn work in, and you know you'll reap the rewards, so to say.
Exactly, and I'm sure some people will be asking, what's the actual profit on that? Considering we spoke about margins before.
Yeah, you're all, you know, these YouTubers, man. You know, they say they're getting this, but they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it all the time.
Roughly somewhere between 40 and 50k profit after all costs on all of that. So it's not a bad take-home wage. Also supplemented with eBay income as well. So can't grumble at that.
Of course. Well, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some people work 20k a year, 30k a year, 40k a year. Some people work 300k a year. You know, it's a good 50k profit there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everything, tax, all gone. All expenses gone. It's not bad at all. And you're only going to go from there. Do you know what I mean? It's only going up and up and up. Do you know what I mean? Especially with the work rate and stuff. You know, scaling up. No, it's exciting, man.
Yeah, that scalability is something on Amazon that you have a lot of solutions to beat when you come up against them. So if stock buying is an issue, there are lots of other wholesale opportunities. If money is an issue, you can look at credit. If physical space is an issue, you just send more into Amazon. So you don't have those kind of restrictions. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity when it comes to selling on Amazon.
No, it's exciting. Right, the next thing though, the important thing is for everyone watching, even for myself as well, what are the actual barriers to entry? Because when you think of Amazon and Amazon FBA, you think you need some cash. You need cash. You need I don't know, you need to learn a lot. It seems like there's a lot to process, a lot of information. You know, need to set up a business and need to do all this. You know, there's a lot of like moving parts to begin with. So if you can simplify that a little bit and kind of let us know there is to do.
Yeah, of course. So the way I see barriers to entry in terms of money is, I'll go back to return on investment, right? If you're operating on a 30% return on investment, the initial amount of money that you want to invest, you're going to make 30% on that, ideally within the first month after every product you've bought has kind of sold through. So that 30% needs to cover your costs in terms of subscriptions, traveling to get the product, and make it worth your time. It also needs to cover ungating, which we'll come on to in a second. So the very rough amount I suggest to people to start off with would be £1,000. And the reason that is if you spent that £1,000 on products, ungating, subscriptions, you'll probably make somewhere between 200 and 300, maybe more if it's all retail arbitrage, in the first 4 to 6 weeks. But every single month, if you're reinvesting that money and reinvesting that money, that is naturally just going to compound. And by kind of month 5 to 6, if you start with £1,000 and you make 30% return on investment every single month, you're in the realm of somewhere between £4,000 and £5,000 after 6 months of continuing that cycle. And that's only at a 30% return on investment.
Yeah, it's like the bare minimum.
Yeah, exactly that. So what does £1,000 actually get you? Well, very much like eBay, there are subscription fees that you need to pay for. So if you're a shop on eBay, you pay a monthly subscription fee. It's the exact same on Amazon. You pay for a shop fee. You can have the option to pay as you go. The fees are more expensive and you're limited on the amount of items you can actually sell. So it's really, really not worth it, in my opinion. Just pay the £30, which is what it is at the time of recording, and it will automatically come out of your sales. It's not actually a direct debit either. They just take it out of the sales that you make.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. That's nice. Yeah. I think Amazon, they kind of keep a little float for you in there for any potential fees, which is real nice. It's kind of like a bit more calming. You're not going to get any unwarranted kind of stuff coming out of your bank.
Yeah, exactly that. It just comes out of the pot of money you've got made from your sales already.
Yeah.
So you spent a little bit on that. You'll probably want some kind of analysis software, which is relatively cheap. You can pay £15 a month or pay an entire year up front. And that's something called SellerAmp. That's personally what I use and a lot of people in the community use. All it is it gives you more information on the product that you're looking to buy. So it will give you stuff like the estimated sales per month. That's super important so that when you're scanning a product that you might find is profitable, if it's only selling 1 or 2 times a month, you might be holding on to it for a few months. But if it's selling 300, 400, 500 times a month, fantastic. You probably want to buy more of that product. I'll show you an example of what that kind of looks like now.
Yeah. Get that up. While you just get that up, I was just going to say, like, to simplify it for like the eBay users, the scanning feature on the eBay app, and you see the sold listings, it's almost like that. So you get the SellerAmp app, you can scan directly into the app, and then it shows you basically what it sells for on Amazon, how many times it sells that month. Say you see people in Tesco or in Asda or Sainsbury's or Costco or wherever scanning stuff, scan, and then that's how they work out, I'm not going to buy that. It's not profitable. It's not selling enough that month. I'll put it back on the shelf. So, for 15 quid a month or, however much it is a year, it's quite invaluable. It's only a cheap expense.
Exactly that. So I've just scanned the TP link behind me on the shelf. This is what something like the software looks like. You can see straight away it gives you an estimated sales per month as well as a profitability calculator. So if I was to somehow buy this product for £50 and sell it at £144.99, you can see I'd make approximately £78 profit and 79 pence when selling it on Amazon. So that piece of software is really, really important when you're out scanning stuff in stores or researching products online. You can also use it on new and sealed stuff you find at the car boot sale as well. So for example, if you found a brand new boxed DVD set, you could scan it and see what it's worth on Amazon as well.
Yeah, I've done that quite a lot. A few of my car boot finds, charity shop finds, box sets, sealed stuff has gone straight to Amazon, and you get a bit more for your buck. Send it to Amazon. Obviously, you don't have to store it as well. So yeah, I've done that myself.
It's just diversification, but that's kind of what the £15 subscription gets you. The other barriers when it comes to that £1,000 spend and what you're actually going to spend it on, the biggest barrier that people go, I don't know how to solve is ungating. Ungating, unlike eBay, can be a right pain. So when you sell something on Amazon, you might not be able to sell it as a brand new account. What happens is when you scan the item and try to add it to your inventory, Amazon will either let you sell it or they will request a manufacturing invoice to say that you are approved to sell that product. Ungating can be quite expensive, but there are workarounds to solve that issue. Typically, you buy from a wholesaler and you buy a large quantity of that product, 10 or more. And once you've done that, you submit the invoice, and then Amazon will allow you to sell that specific brand and product on the site. Obviously, eBay, you can list basically whatever you want without restrictions, unless it's something under the Vero policy.
No, cool. And I've done that myself, like getting ungated. It can be a pain. It's almost like when you get out of college and you want your first job, and they're like, yeah, you don't have any experience, pal. Like, you're not getting a job. So you've got to, kind of do a workaround, and then they'll hire you, kind of thing. So yeah. Or, and like, say you pick up something for Amazon that, you might spend £50 on it to sell it for 150, but you can't get ungated in that brand. It doesn't mean you have to buy 10 of those £50 products. You can get like something that's a lot cheaper, just under the same brand.
Yeah, exactly. So once you've ungated the brand, i.e. Lego as an example, you'll then be able to sell every single Lego item unless it falls within another category as well. So as an example.
And that's for the rest of the time as well. Like, they don't go out of date or anything like that. As soon as you've been ungated in Universal Studios, you can sell everything Universal Studios for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
So it's only painful at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to get this ungated, that ungated. But the position you're in now, you pretty much get auto ungated in everything. So they never really ask a question anymore. They literally just approve.
Yeah,
everything.
Spot on. So the other thing that goes towards can you get ungated or not is your selling history. And it's exactly what John just said, the experience type thing. Going into an interview and you don't have experience. Once you've built up a history of sales, positive feedback, good seller metrics, you'll then find that you'll be able to auto ungate, which basically means you don't need to provide an invoice because Amazon trusts that you're a genuine seller because of the sales history that you've had. It just takes a little bit of time to get up and running to that place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's like I say, it's pain at first, but it's well worth going through that little bit.
Exactly that. In terms of
sorry, I was just going to jump in with like another metaphor. It's like when you grow your hair out and you've got that awkward stage at you know what I mean? Just get through that and then it's great. You know what I mean? It's great.
Yeah,
sorry, I had to get that over.
I've not had long, luscious locks like you for a long time, I don't think. Don't think it would suit me. I might go Ron Weasley instead. But yeah, the other kind of barriers to entry is very similar to what eBay is. It's packing supplies, it's tape, it's buying boxes, maybe a label printer. You don't necessarily need to have a fancy zebra label printer. There are cheaper alternatives on the market, but you do need a secondary label printer, and that's to put barcodes over the products. So what you do is you get your own SKU and you put that label on your product, and that's how Amazon knows it's your product that's being sold when it leaves the warehouse, and that's how you get accredited for that sale.
Yeah, so when you go to sell it on the Amazon seller website, you'll get your own barcode. You print it off at home, you stick it on, put it in the box, and away it goes. It's is it 2x1, the labels?
Yeah, typically, yeah.
2x1. So for the eBay sales, the normal labels are 4x6. So it's just different size, really.
Yeah, and typically, if you look at the things that you order from Amazon, approximately 30 to 40% of the stuff that gets ordered from Amazon is from sellers like me and John who have bought it and then sold it on Amazon. And you'll know it's from someone like us because there will be a sticker over that universal barcode. And that's just accrediting us with the sale. Yeah,
and even when you're in charity shops and car boots, you'll find all sorts of bits and pieces which have that sticker on. So it's, at one point it did go through the Amazon warehouse from a seller like Sam. Mm-hmm. It might have been Sam himself.
It may well have been. I'll sign it for you next time.
So yeah, it's super simple once you get going with it. Do you know what I mean? The process of getting the labels on, getting them gone, listing them, it just gets real simplified after a little while.
Yeah, exactly. And then outside of the monetary barrier to entry, there is a barrier to entry around actually sourcing the products. Obviously, that's the same with eBay. You need to learn what sells, what doesn't sell, what is a high-end brand, what is a low-end brand. It's the same kind of process with Amazon, but there are ways of reducing the time of doing that. And just like eBay, you can learn that from people online. You can learn that through mentoring. You can learn that through groups. There are lots of different avenues to do that. So the easiest way of doing that is effectively paying for someone else's knowledge. The freest way of doing it is going out there and scanning every single product yourself, but it will take a lot longer to kind of get an idea of what sells and what doesn't sell and where should you go to buy what product and all of that kind of stuff.
No, it's interesting. I've heard from, I heard about Amazon for years and years and years and years, and probably should have started it years and years, before I did. People's groups, people's, courses and information. And it's just kind of getting that information first, rather than if you just signed up to Amazon and went around scanning everything, like you say, or went on the internet and tried to find every deal ever. It'd be very hard, and you just get you get all tangled up, and you'd probably lose confidence. Do you know what I mean? If you just tried to did it solely on your own, it's quite tough.
Yeah, exactly that. Like anything in life, you could sit there on YouTube or Google and research it to death and put the hours in yourself absolutely free and work it all out. And that's a fantastic way of doing it if you're on a real tight budget. There is the alternatives to learn from sellers such as myself. So myself and Kieran rummage around. We have a Discord group called Next Level Resell, where we just teach people how to do all of the things that we've mentioned. On top of that, we also tell you where to buy profitable products. Yesterday, as an example, I was in a load of Tesco's and Asda, and there were specific products both on clearance, but also regular price that's nationwide up and down the country that I've gone into multiple different stores, purchased them that I'm going to sell to Amazon, and then I'm posting them in the Discord as well so that members up and down the country can go to those stores and buy those products. The same as online. We find a profitable product online, we then put that link into the Discord, and then people can buy it. People will always kind of say, well, how much is it? Why is it actually worth it? We charge £40 a month. Your first month for the remainder of this month in September is £20 using John's code, which is in the description down below. The way that I kind of view that is you could go to the gym for free or go outside and run for free to lose weight, right? Not costing you anything. You go out there and do it yourself. Or you could pay to go to the gym and pay a personal trainer to learn from someone who's done it before and effectively save time because you're getting to your goal a lot quicker and learning from someone else's mistakes. That's kind of how I compare it.
No, that's a real good comparison, to be fair. You can always do it without someone, but it could take a hell of a lot longer or not happen at all. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. Coming from my personal experience with the Discord, because I pay like just everyone else, I've done real well on some leads. And because I'm so busy with eBay and because I'm so busy with other things, YouTube videos, lots going on, I can't sit and research so many items a day and go in every Tesco and every Costco and go through. Just not doable at all. But I can have a ping on my phone saying, oh, this is on sale. Bang, I can order it from my phone when I'm at work, doing eBay stuff. And then, just like that, there's £300 worth of profit arriving at the door the next day. Do you know what I mean? For me to send off. So it's kind of, for people, you just, if you want to start Amazon and you're not gonna, and you've still got a full-time job, or it's so hard to just do it off your own back. So yeah, the short, it's almost having like a shortcut really. But yeah, I'd recommend it myself. I don't know if you want me to mention. I did did have the Dymo label pickup. Are we allowed to talk about them now?
Yeah. It's a couple months back now.
Yeah. So obviously the leads from the Discord, they can't be spoken about until 6, 7, 8 weeks later. I think there was in Aldi.
Yes, yeah, Aldi.
So Aldi, they sold them there. Was it £14 or something?
£14.99, yeah.
And there was £12 profit per item. I think I picked up 37 of them. So it works out like £400 profit. All sold after fees. That's, your fees, Amazon take everything. After all, after everything's said and done, £400 profit just from that one lead. And your Discord, they post 250 leads a month.
Yeah.
So you can see how it's scalable from just that one lead. Obviously some leads will be less than that. You might make £3-4 per, but you might get 100 of them, 200 of them. So it's just it's real useful, especially for me because I'm so busy, like I say. So I can't really recommend it enough. Yeah, you get your bang for your buck. You know, you get the one-to-one calls as well. I know I'm trying to kind of blurting stuff out here, and I know you want to talk about it, but coming from a member itself, yeah, love it.
Yeah, it's community as well as deals that are coming through, right? And John just touched on it then. Every single week we have a live call where we will sit down and go through a specific topic. They're all then recorded and posted in the Discord, so if you can't make it, people can watch at a later stage. We'll go through exactly how to set up your account, how to get ungated on categories and products, and I screen share and go through a live example of exactly how to do that. We also have a dedicated accountancy call where our partnered accountant will come in and answer any accountancy related questions. And then we go through sourcing tactics for online and how to use the software in a lot more detail, as well as all the pre-recorded videos, guides for every single step that you need. And if that wasn't enough at any point, you can open up a one-to-one support ticket. It will come through to myself, Kieran, and our trusted member of staff, who is also a phenomenal Amazon seller. And we will help you on a 1 to 3 basis and answer the questions that you kind of have around anything to do with Amazon and eBay as well, because we have that kind of shared expertise in the background as well. So people have asked us to review their eBay store, and we've given them pointers in the right direction, outside of kind of the Amazon stuff. But it is,
and for people that don't use Discord as well, like obviously you get rooms and you get certain threads. So there is eBay threads, eBay challenges. So I actually enjoy the eBay challenges.
Mm-hmm.
It gets everyone listening. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to beat him. Like I always want to beat Kieran. Do you know what I mean? Becky,
Yeah.
you know, Kieran's girlfriend, she takes it a little bit too far, so I can never get there.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, there's good elements. You got your Amazon general chat. Obviously, you'll know the one-to-one chat. I always pest Sam because, you know, I always want one-to-one. You know what I mean? I want to just try, because I'm, you know, sometimes I can be a bit annoying, and I just need to get that one-to-one chat just because it's easy, man. You know what I mean? I struggle sometimes learning it straight from trying to learn it myself. So if I can get some one-to-one advice, it always helps.
Yeah, exactly. And it was kind of like your first box, right? We just hopped on a call together. You popped open a ticket. We turned that into a video call, and we just spoke through your first box.
Talk through it. So like, look, I've got all these items. How do I list them? How do I get the labels on? You know, and we got it done. Job done. And then next time I might call him again, but it'd be a lot easier. And after 1 or 2 times, then I'm able to do it on my own.
Yeah, exactly that. And as we kind of touched on it, but I want to stress that it is not essential. You don't need to pay for information and products. You absolutely don't. I started off the first few months not doing anything like that and learning myself.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have got there quicker? Yes, absolutely. But I still got there by myself. The only difference is you're effectively paying for a shortcut. But in the example that John gave, one product, £12 profit per unit, 38 units. And how many of them were in one store? Like 24 or something?
Most of them. There was like 30 odd were in the one store. Yeah, it was most of them. Yeah, and to be fair, that won't be the best example from the Discord. Yeah, I mean, there's like much more success stories. That's just my personal kind of little story there, to be fair. But like with the Discord, you know what I mean? You've got so much in terms of community, a lot of people to talk to. Do you know what I mean? You've got obviously your leads, so where to buy the items, when to buy the items, how much to sell the items for, and then there's videos to tell you how to sell the items, how to list the items. You know what I mean? It's literally all there for you. So, it's great. It is great. So, props to you and Kieran for getting it together, because it's a good vibe in there, good community. Because it's a paid service as well, everyone wants to be there. Do you know what I mean? It's not like just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you get a paid event, the people who pay to go to the event, they all want to be there. It's all good vibes. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
No, props.
And that's what we're particularly proud of, the community that's behind it. We've got so many members that knew nothing about reselling on Amazon or eBay that just started out, took that plunge, started with £1,000, and 3, 4, 5 months in have got £5,000 in their business, and are aiming to take that full time within kind of 12 to 18 months. And that's coming from zero knowledge and starting completely from fresh. But that community side of everyone supporting and chipping in and sharing that kind of information and deals. You know, we have members that will say, oh, I've just been into Boots as an example, found a load of these products, and share it with the rest of the Discord.
Yeah. It's a
Just
back and forth
phenomenal.
conversation, and it's a two-way. Well, it's not a two-way conversation. It's like 100-way conversation. But you know what I mean? It's not just information coming. You know, there is like proper integration with
Yeah.
everyone. So it's more friendships as well. I mean, you're talking to people on a daily basis.
Yeah, exactly that. Like I'm going out with a member next week to do a day of retail arbitrage because they're coming down to where I live or very close to it. Messaged me saying, "Do you think we can link up and go and do that?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. That'd be phenomenal to go out there and do it alongside someone as well."
Yeah,
So
of course.
that community piece is really
And
cool.
that wouldn't have happened without the community. So
Not
no,
at
it's
all.
sick, man. It's sick. I'm excited to obviously. I've been going a little bit now, but I'm excited to keep going with it and scale up and learn more because obviously you're the expert. I'm the amateur when it comes to Amazon, and like there's just so much information to soak up. There's too
Mhm.
much information to soak up. You're always learning. Do you know what I mean? With eBay, I always say that to people. Every day I learn something new. You're not supposed to know everything, so it is great.
Exactly, and even myself, I'm still learning. 'Cause, I'm moving into wholesale and that private label stuff, so I'm still learning about those models. So there's still more room and scope for me to grow, and I'm looking forward to pushing through that. But I'm sure, I'm sure very soon I might swing down your way, and maybe we can go out together and do
Yeah, we
some
can do
retail
some. We can do a
arbitrage.
little collaboration. Maybe do a little bit more hands-on
Hmm.
reselling on Amazon. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
No, that'd be real cool.
yeah, like the process of actually doing it. There's one thing about us just talking about it, but the process of going out, scanning an item in a B&M or a Tesco, identifying if it's profitable or not, and then realizing I'm going to make £5 profit per unit on this item. It's only costing me £7. There's 20 of them on the shelf. I'm making £100 profit from just buying all of these things, putting them in a
Yeah,
box, and sending
and
it to
there's
Amazon.
there's and there's 5 stores within 10 miles. You can go and clear the rest out.
Exactly.
And then that's just how it goes. It's like with eBay, you buy one item, you buy two, and then you get, suddenly your store's got 100 items on, and that's
Hmm.
how it is with Amazon. You know what I mean? It's just a snowball effect,
Yeah.
which
And
is awesome.
I like linking the two as well. So on a Thursday, I go to a car boot sale in the morning, and then on the way home from that car boot sale, I hit retail arbitrage spots all the way home. So by the time I get home, my boot is full of car boot stock, and the back seats are full of Amazon stock. Like it's a nice way to complement each other if you are going out there or going to a destination, or even if you're just doing your food shop. You can scan something in the clearance aisle to pay for your entire food shop. I love when that happens, when you just go out and you're not actually intending on doing it. I once did that. I went to literally a Tesco Express, the smallest Tesco's that you can get, just to pick up milk and bread round the corner. I looked behind the shelf and they had a full shelf of Nicorette, the chewing gum and spray that was reduced to
Yeah,
clear, like 75% off. I was like, do you mind if I just scan one of each of them? Bought all of it, made £400 profit from going to pick up my milk and bread. And it just shows you that opportunity just really is
yeah. There's
everywhere.
opportunity everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, no, it's exciting, man. And like you say with this video, it's like literally just looking through the window at Amazon. That this video. There's so much more to it than just what we're talking. We're briefly just discussing like the opportunity of
Hmm.
you know selling on Amazon.
Yeah.
And your Discord and actually getting involved with it is a totally different story. So
Yeah.
it's epic, man. So when we get hands on with it, we can go in depth. We
Yeah.
can just get into it. It'd be good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So going back to Amazon and forgetting the Discord for a moment. Totally just back to Amazon. What you get the product,
Hmm.
like what's next? You know what I mean? Like, have you set up your account by now? Talk us through it.
So the very first step after you've got your account completely set up, you verified all your documents, and you've bought a load of stock ready to send in, the first step that you need to do is add it into your inventory. This is kind of like a draft on eBay. That's where you scan the item and add it to your inventory. That is telling Amazon that you have some of that product, but you're not ready to sell it yet. Once you've added all of the products that you've purchased, you then send up your shipment all in one go. So that can be multiple products all in the same box. So you could buy 5 Nike water bottles, you could buy 3 Lego sets and put them in the same box. You
Hmm.
tell Amazon the quantity on how many you're going to send in, so the 5 and the 3. Amazon will then print off some SKUs for you, which are those labels that you put over your barcode. You then put all of your products into one big box, as tight and compact as possible. You'll then want to add a little bit of void fill like you would in eBay to make sure the products get there in one piece, they're not damaged. You print off 2 labels, one being the UPS shipping label and one being the Amazon label. And you can get UPS collections for free and not pay extra via the UPS partnered program with Amazon. UPS will then come and collect your parcel and it will get sent off to Amazon. And that is it. Once Amazon have it, they will check it in. They will check the product to make sure it's not damaged and it's exactly what you're sending in, and then add it to your inventory. As soon as that's happened, the sales will start rolling in. Sometimes you'll need to go in and manually adjust the price in case the price goes up or down. But apart from that, once that item is listed, from the customer perspective, they buy it, Amazon sends them the item. If they have any issues, Amazon deal with the customer service. If they want to return it, they send it back to Amazon, who will then inspect the product. And if it's resellable, they will automatically list it for you. If it's not resellable, they send it back to you. You could either return it or sell it on eBay as used. But that is the exact process. Now, that sounds really easy in practice. I do have a full video on the channel. Oh, look at that. That's freeze frame there. That's a gorgeous face.
What's the title of that one?
That is How to Send Your First Shipment to Amazon 2023. But that will give you the full step-by-step on how to send up a product with screen recordings as well. So you know exactly how to follow all of those steps through.
And videos like that, they're the ones you'll kind of find on the Discord, like, you know, about literally everything. So ungating and all that stuff. So yeah, that kind of gives you a bit of a taster for it, really.
Yeah, exactly that. So the time effort, if you will, versus eBay, you know, the time effort with eBay is buying the product, cleaning the product, listing, packing it all, and then dealing with customer service. With Amazon, you'll spend more time looking for products, so looking online or looking in stores. You'll then pack it up all into the same box, so you're actually saving time because you're not packing individual items. And then after that, you're done.
There's nothing else, is there? That's it. It's just like, once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah. It'll sell. Obviously, check your prices and stuff, but that should be it. It'll get paid into your bank, and then you can buy more products.
Exactly that. And just like eBay, you know, when you first start out, there are slight holds and delays on your funds. That's pretty normal, and that's just to protect the end consumer. You know, Amazon want to ensure that the products that are being sent out are genuine and authentic. So because of that, they put a brief temporary hold on your funds. It's usually about a week. So if I sold something today, I'll get paid out in a week or so. That's when they send the payment, and then depending on the bank, it will obviously take a couple of days to hit your account. But once you've done that for a few weeks and a few months, you'll just be paid out basically every single day, but from a week ago of your sales. Yeah.
That's always the thing with starting something new, eBay or Amazon. It's going to be slow, and it's a progression, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? After a year of doing it, you'll be you're firing from all cylinders. Yeah. But it's just kind of little teething issues at the start. So yeah, it's the same with eBay, same with Amazon, same with anything, really. You know what I mean? You just got to get it going.
Yeah, it's the same.
And the sooner you start, that's really. Do you know what I mean? Same with eBay, same with Amazon. The sooner you get yourself on there, the sooner you just take the leap of faith, which I did. It took me years to take the leap of faith. You know, the better it is.
And realistically, now is probably the best time. We are middle of September right this second. Q4 is knocking on the door, but that is 3.5 months until Christmas. That gives you approximately 3 to 4 weeks to get your account up and running, get ungated in categories, buy some stock and get it sent in, which will then give you a month's minimum worth of sales in Q4. And like eBay, Q4 goes berserk on Amazon, particularly because of Prime and next day delivery. So
yeah, we didn't mention that. The actual FBA, all the stuff you sell, when the buyer receives it, it is all via Prime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so say, you know what I mean, like Sam sells 100 microwaves. They're getting their microwaves via Prime. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It looks like a Prime listing. It's not some like different listing on Amazon. Sometimes you can click a few buttons on Amazon and it doesn't look as nice. You click in that Prime. When you buy something via Prime, it can be Sam's listing. So exactly. that's a good thing to mention, because when people think of Amazon, they think of Prime, don't they?
Yeah, and you'll know that on the screen right now, there is a screenshot, and on the right-hand side of that screenshot, there's the Buy Now button. That's called the Buy Box. But underneath it, it will say fulfilled by Amazon, sold by the business name, whatever it is there. So if it was Sam Sells Stuff, it would then say fulfilled by Amazon, sold by Sam Sells Stuff underneath it. And that's not then coming from Amazon directly who have purchased the stock. That is a seller like John or I that have sent in that product. And that's how you'll know that it's coming from someone like us as well. But it also shows you that your products will also get the buy box, and it's not just Amazon's products that will get the buy box.
I think the another perk of starting up now as well, like just getting yourself involved, is during Q4 there is a lot of sales and a lot of things that are on sale. So there'll be a lot of leads and a lot of potential profit makers. Do you know what I mean? Like there's always sales leading up to Christmas, so there's always going to be opportunities to buy and learn.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, right this second, supermarkets are phasing out back to school and are starting to bring in their toys, which means they'll be reducing to clear items in back to school, which means they will be profitable. As we approach Christmas, you know, all of the toys will then be phased out as we get into the new year. They then go on clearance. There's an opportunity to buy those items because they're going to phase in the new year stuff and Easter stuff January the 1st. You know,
it just goes around
cycle
and around,
repeats itself. Exactly.
Yeah. And as well as that, there's just totally random stuff that's on sale all year round, just at the different points. It's just
exactly.
It's mad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's mad. The opportunity.
Them label printers that you picked up, right? They weren't on a promo. They weren't reduced to clear. That was just an Aldi special buy. So it wasn't like it was we've reduced it from 30 to 15. That was just the price that they were selling at nationwide.
Yeah.
And they were selling at double that on Amazon.
Yeah, so, and shops like that do that all year round, just on different products. You don't have to be a label printer. It could be a bike. It could be, it could be anything.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's without even thinking about the online arbitrage side, which is where you're looking at, you know, websites. You might type in Argos clearance and go through the clearance list and then look on Amazon. Now, it's worth noting there are advantages and disadvantages comparing online and retail arbitrage. Would you like me to touch on them a little?
Yeah, can do quickly, yeah.
Yeah. So the big difference is where you're buying them from, right? The difference between online and retail is your competition. If you go into a store and that product's on the shelf, great. You're probably the only one in that store that's looking to buy it.
Look over your shoulder, right?
Exactly. Quick, scoop them into your basket before no one else does.
Yeah.
The ability to sit on your computer at home or on the beach somewhere and source for products online is a really appealing thing to do. So because of that, there's more competition for people who are buying products online to then sell on Amazon. That typically means you have a lower return on investment on buying stuff online, a higher competition. So typically you'll need to hold on to those products a little bit longer so that you can get the desired sell price that you want and make the profit that you want, purely because there's more competition. But you can do it from your house, from holiday, from anywhere in the world, and get it sent to a prep center as an example, and then get it sent into Amazon as well. So advantages and disadvantages of both.
Yeah, of course.
Retail arbitrage, better return on investment, lower competition, but you actually have to go out there and get it yourself. Online arbitrage, more competition, low return on investment, a lot easier, and you can buy in bulk because instead of 5 on the shelf, you can order 500, depending on where you're purchasing from.
And you can kind of argue that's the same for eBay. You know what I mean? If you wanted, arbitrage for eBay, you'd be doing it online or in store. Do you know what I mean? It's just the same thing applies for Amazon. So yeah, there's different ways of doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And they complement each other. eBay and Amazon complement each other really nicely. Like,
yeah,
I think having that
get them together. Yeah. Make a baby. Make an online commerce baby.
Exactly. You buy something for £1 and sell it for 50 quid. Well, that's a decent amount of profit that you can reinvest into Amazon stock during the week when there's no car boots on. And vice versa. You buy a pallet full of stock and make decent money on it. Well, that's your car boot money sorted. You go out to a car boot, you hit some retail arbitrage on the way home. You might even find products at a car boot or in a charity shop that are new and sealed, board games, DVDs, that kind of stuff that you will be able to sell on Amazon. You can also sell used things on Amazon as well. And there is a market for it. Not as big as somewhere like America where more people buy used items, but you can sell used video games, used consoles, used electronics, used board games, all on Amazon for typically a higher price than what you can achieve on eBay as well.
Yeah, without the fulfillment as well. So there's definitely a lot to learn, a lot to do with Amazon, but there's a lot of potentially high returns and a real good business model, and potentially, like the title says, a good living wage. Good business. You can make a living from selling on Amazon. The proof's in the pudding right here. Yes, it's epic. It's epic. The potential. Do you know what I mean? Especially when it's someone who's gone from nothing like zero experience of reselling, and then they can take it, really far within 6, 12, 18 months. And then, 5, 10 years later, you've got a real good business.
Yeah, exactly that. It's very scalable. I know people that have, within 12 months, have started, they had decent capital to start off with, 10 grand or so, but have started and then within a year quit their full-time job to sell on Amazon full-time exclusively, starting from nothing. And that's phenomenal to say. But diversification is key in everything, right? Diversification of where you're getting your stock from, diversification of income, diversification of where you're selling. The more diverse you are, the more stable you are, the more likely you are to become, financially free due to multiple income streams.
Yeah, of course. It's like the old, like, on a rainy day when you're not car booting, you could be doing all this. And on a great sunny day, you'd be doing some car booting. And you can still do this. You know what I mean? It's it's doable. It definitely is doable, even with a full-time job. Just getting yourself going with it.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely doable.
Yeah, for sure.
So I hope everyone did enjoy today's video. I hope you did learn a little bit about Amazon, whether you're gonna pursue it or not. This video I really wanted to make this video with Sam, because Sam's a good friend, and Amazon, there is a lot of potential in there if you're willing to put in the work. So yeah, maybe it's not for you, maybe it is, but whatever you do with this information from the video, best of luck. Before we do love you and leave you, we have got the Discord to talk about. Next Level Resell will be linked down in the description, the Discord group that I'm part of. For if you're watching this in September, use code JL20 for £20 off your first month, so it's half price. And if you're just watching this on a regular day in October, November and onwards, JL10, the code will still work. You get £10 off your first month. So yeah, get involved there. Also linked down in the description, you've got the Seller Amp app, which is basically the research tool that you'll have on your phone. You'll be scanning everything with it, learning how many sales per month, what it sells for, what profit you can make after fees. Basically, it works out. It's a big calculator. Does what it says on the tin. So yeah, get involved with that. Use the link down below. Also, big shout out to Sam, who joined me on the channel today. His channel will be linked down below. He's got some great series going on at the minute, £10 to £100,000, using eBay, using Amazon. So it'd be a big mix. You can kind of learn both ways during that series. So yeah, get involved. It'll be linked down below. I'm sure he'll appreciate the sub. And yeah, any questions you do have about Amazon, about today's video, hate Amazon, any hateful Amazon people, or any people who really want to get going with Amazon and want to learn a little bit, any questions, anything we didn't cover today, comment down below. Sam will reply to everybody. So yeah, Sam will answer you. Hopefully you'll get your question answered and you'll be happy with it. But yeah, anything that you didn't think we covered today, leave a comment down below, and I'm sure we'll get back to you. And without further ado, I'll just go over to Sam. Just before we do go, any final words to the people?
John, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a real pleasure just to talk about this. I know, you and I talk basically every day behind the scenes anyway, and have become good friends just through reselling. So it's been a pleasure to talk about Amazon in this level of depth. And as John mentioned, any questions about it whatsoever, drop them in the comments down below. I'll be sure to respond to all of them for you. And make sure you click that like button for John. Click it. If you've made it this far, you definitely like the video, right? So give John a big thumbs up.
Let's do it. And yeah, if you did enjoy today's video, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you are new. There's loads of content coming. And yeah, make sure you hit over to Sam's channel as well. And we will see you in the next one.